Alma de Niño presenta.
Choca, la peludita, el amor de las mascotas, otro nivel de amor.
Dear me, receive a doggy greeting. Good morning, busybody. I read you to book an appointment in your calendar. I hope there is still a space. Do not be scared. I have a story that I share is about a little hairy friend called the Choca. Not if you can't, but it is very special. She's a strict dog that every morning at 7:30 a.m. in the morning paces by my house accompanying the damn car according to her defending the car where her friends are the lords in charge of garbage. Barks. To every car that passes by his side, once made to run over by his deed, and since then it has been a little thing. She does not have Instagram like Jonathan Warren Official, the most famous dog on internet. Neither fly by the world as it used to do Pom Pom, the puppy of my Aunt Sonia, or like infinity of puppies and other pets that enjoy the wonderful days of spring and summer, going out to walk and play with their beloved owners. It also reminds me of the Lyft taxi driver who told me that one day he received a suspension sanction with a financial fine and economic damage of around $300 because one day a passenger before a ride claimed vehicle accompanied by his faithful pet. The taxi driver, as he always used to do, asked him or other people if the puppy left a hair or did something inappropriate. Please clean it so that the vehicle is kept clean for other passengers in the future as a standard of hygiene and health. The woman got angry and threw the door of my taxi driver friend. The next day, after starting his day around 3 a.m. to finish his first race, he received the blocking of the application that the rides offered him in a series of emails and claims by the company because somebody had opened a case against him for the claim of very serious fault in a relation to a passenger who had complained about his pet, with the possibility of being separated from the company indefinitely. He also told me that within a few hours he received a call from the specialist of the company that was taking his case to find out what had happened. After he gave the simple version of the case, She was severely called diplomatically. He was given to know that have discriminate animal and that it was under the protection of American laws similar to that of that disabled. Incredible truth, all this circus. Poor taxi driver, for their mere fact to earning a few bucks, and ask in the most cordial and polite way to keep the car clean in case something happened to the pay. That unfair abuse also by the company is forcing its drivers to give rights to pets even if they don't want, even reminding them through text that there can be no excuse for allergies or disease related to transporting pets, even if these situations are certain. I wait for her with her little bone, and she approaches lovingly and moves my tail. I must give her fast, since she's in a hurry and eats very fast. Since they wait for her work, she must accompany the car on her entire route through the neighborhood. There were days that she brought her friend, or maybe she is her boyfriend, to also receive a little bone that we have not talked about yet. She is very tender. The name is that her friends never miss her work. She always accompanies them. I tell you this story because this life has become so difficult that even animals seek to survive, and in their innocence the clown works for its little bone. I took some pictures for you to know. I sent them as an attachment. Speaking of photographs, I also remember those pets I photographed during my travels. The ones I remember most are the Chinese mascots that were dressed from head to toe fashion. These clothes include shoes, lenses, head ornaments, and others. Well, I cannot deny that I was amazed to see that the Chinese did not eat their pets, but they did foster pets for that purpose. The Choca, today, when she found out that I would write you a letter, she came with her friend and asked me to take a picture so you know her. She says she feels not so shy in the company of him. I just remembered that lately I've been helping to promote Cookie, my friend's cat, in a contest on Facebook to show that she is the most beautiful of all cats. In exchange for doing so, I received a promise that I will receive half of Cookie's food if she wins the contest. What's more, we've been wondering why the cat cannot be a miss, as once was her mistress. And we even remember that at school she was also called a cat because of her beautiful green eyes, or the tender look of Neron or the puppy that saw me swearing to me that it was a Chihuahua, but after 2 months was 3 times bigger than what I expected, or the tradition of my grandfather to call all German Shepherd's dogs home in the memory of his team tiger, for which he cooked every afternoon, as my angelic mother also did for her pets. Also, my daddy's faithful work company was spotted in my other childhood friend, Monchito. I just remember that one day I took my friend to the Dollar Tree to buy something for the 1-year celebration party of her new girlfriend's pet, because when she was married to her ex-husband, she realized that she was financially ready to bring children into the world. Could it be that someday someone will celebrate something to the Choca? Hi, I think you didn't like the story of this little furry that I told you. You don't tell me anything, and I love them. I would like to give them a home, but I cannot give my daughter Asma for her little hairs, who bought, and the doctor told me not to have pets. I remember 2 friends, Todd, who is planning to open his hotel for dogs because I know it's very lucrative, and my friend Boris, who recently made a serious market study in Iceland about pet products versus online distribution of them. Since today, it's an industry that moves billions of dollars in the world, and as not to ignore the lucrative business that there are races, animal fights, and of course, in the dark web business, more creative and twisted with animals are exposed. Or the immortal lessons I learned while living in Buenos Aires about the true love for pets, investing in their upbringing, taking care of their waste with the bag in their hands, and even working as a caretaker for your urban dogs. Do you think Choca will fit into one of these categories of all we learn through? They are loyal to me. They teach me the love and loyalty. When Choquita brings his friend to eat too, many times she does not eat, and she gives to her friend because she feels that he needs more than her. We who believe ourselves to be better and superior than animals are bad, selfish, and hard to share. I would like, if it were possible, in the most beautiful way, you write how much time you have a poem, please. I know you are very busy. When you can, please, I'll give you what you ask. Since she does not belong to any organization like SOS Friends, I cannot buy her a house between $14,000 and $40,000 like Paris Hilton did. Nor is she a famous actress like Lacey and many other pets that make millions. Nor does she act in circus or mega shows. Neither is she an animal mascot like Mickey and Barney the dinosaur. I'm just her godmother who can support her. It comes to my mind and her the idea that maybe you don't interest in his story of the Choca. First, because she is a wandering dog without race or anything to brag about. Secondly, because I saw on the news that already the dogs or cats already they are not fashionable as a mascot because many have become national and international heroes instead of pets, and that nowadays little pigs are the sensation of the moment, as once were the hamster, snakes, or the cactus, the new pet of my children and others. So a little doubtful and somewhat afraid that you don't know answer me, I said goodbye. So as not to take away from time in your important busy life. Sincerely, child, so